Baseball Card Market Report for September 9th through the 15th, 2021. Pennant Races in the Investment Corner. Last month, we scoured the hot, dry, far reaches of the investment corner in search of bargains among guys who had figured in some of the pennant winners and postseason memories from my fandom. This time around, we're taking that notion and making it a bit more focused and broader at the same time. More focused in that we're going to look at players who figured directly in some of the great pennant races of all time. We're now in the last half of September, after all, and there's nothing to get baseball hearts pounding and fluttering like the breathless spirit to the end. And our scope is broader because I'm limiting us to my own narrow field of experience this time around. At least one of these great chases unfolded before I ever even twinkled. So, without further ado, let's fake spend $1,000 on dudes who helped their team live to see October, and who hold some promise of future card value appreciation, shall we? As always, purchase prices are pulled from cards sold on eBay over the last month. 1987 Flair Glossy, Will Clark, PSA 10, $135.50. Yes, Will the Thrill played a huge role in a couple of Giants division winners, helping them all the way to the World Series in 1989, and he also helped the Rangers to the postseason in 1996 and 1998. But Clark makes this list for his contributions with the St. Louis Cardinals in 2000. After a deal at the trade deadline sent him from the Orioles to the Cards, the natural proceeded to hit .345 with 12 home runs and 45 RBI in 51 games with St. Louis. That performance got them into the NLDS, where Clark drove in 4 runs to help the Cardinals sweep the Braves. He then hit .412 in the NLCS, so you can hardly blame him for St. Louis falling to the Mets in 5. Clark is one of those guys who always gets lots of play when the Hall of Fame oversights come up in discussion, and you can be sure that he'll at least get some consideration from the Eras Committee in coming years. This 1987 Flair Clark rookie card is a stone-cold hobby classic that will likely never fall in value relative to the rest of the market. Overall market bust could wipe out our cardboard house of cards at any moment, though. 1986 Donruss Fred Mcgriff, rated rookie, PSA 9, $36. Mcgriff spent plenty of time hammering postseason pitchers for the 1995 through 96 Atlanta Braves, but it was his first stretch with the team that lands him here. After a mid-season trade from the San Diego Padres in 1993, Crime Dog smashed 19 home runs and drove in 55 in just 68 appearances to help the Braves outlast an amazing Giants team. Of course, with 493 career dingers, Mcgriff is always up for discussion when Hall of Fame snubs come up, and he seems most likely to get elected by the Eras crew one of these years. Hard to imagine a PSA 9 copy of his only true rookie card dropping below $36, if and when that happens. 1989 Upper Deck Randy Johnson, PSA 10, $155.20. Johnson is already a Hall of Famer, of course, and one of 2 or 3 best left-handers of all time. Still, for all his amazing feats on the mound, the most heart-thumping of them all may have been that 10-1, 1.28 ERA run he put together in the second half for the Astros in 1998 after coming over that summer from the Seattle Mariners. That got Houston into the playoffs, where Johnson lost 2 games to the Padres despite a 1.93 ERA, 17 strikeouts over 14 innings, and also got him a big free agent contract from the Arizona Diamondbacks heading into his age 35 season in 1999. It also helped assure he would land in Cooperstown one day, making a PSA 10 copy of his 1989 Upper Deck rookie card a keepsake for all ages. 1999 Tops Traded, CC Sabathia, PSA 10, $150. In early July of 2008, the Cleveland Indians sent their former Cy Young winner and impending free agent CC Sabathia to the Milwaukee Brewers, landing Michael Brantley and others in an attempt to get something for their big star. In turn, CC went 11-2 with a 1.65 ERA to help the Brew Crew to a wild-card slot, though they subsequently lost the NLDS with the Phillies 3-1. That performance helped Sabathia secure a free agent deal with the Yankees in the offseason, though, and sent him off on a run that will likely end up in the Hall of Fame in a few years. When that happens, $150 for a perfect copy of his Topps traded rookie will seem like a steal. 1959 Topps Bill White PSA 7, $37. The Bill White rookie card looks sort of odd, given that he made his name with the St. Louis Cardinals and also he spent some time with the Phillies. Before all that, though, he spent parts of a couple of seasons with the New York/San Francisco Giants, and that's where you find his rookie card. In 1964, though, White was one of the main men in St. Louis and ended up third in the voting for the National League MVP award. Not only that, he banged a two-run homer in the final game of that amazing pennant race, putting the game out of reach for the lowly New York Mets. While White's career numbers fall short of Cooperstown levels, he also spent decades as an executive in the game, including a stint as the National League president. It's not out of the question that he could eventually end up in the Hall of Fame, but even if he doesn't, this is a solid card with little downside. 1967 Tops Tug Mcgraw, PSA 9, $102.50. McGraw always seemed to be in the thick of the October mix during his career, especially with those great Philly teams of the late 1970s and early 1980s. But Tugger was also part of that magical 1969 Mets teams, and by all accounts, he was the heart and soul of the 1973 New York team that squeaked out a division title at 82 and 79. That same team took down the mighty Cincinnati Reds in the NLCS before narrowly losing a 7-game nail-biter to the Oakland A's in the World Series. Advanced metrics like Jaws and WAR rank McGraw as something like the 34th best reliever ever, but Hall of Fame voting for firemen continues to be unpredictable. And while this 1967 issue is not his rookie card, that would be his 1965 Topps, it is his first solo card, and it's a beauty. 1972 Topps Cecil Cooper, PSA 8, $230.50. Cooper was an RBI machine with the Brewers from 1979 through the mid-1980s, and while that statistic has taken it on the chin in recent years, it held big sway in that era. Of course, it sure didn't hurt that Cooper could pop up 20 to 30 homers a season and compete for batting titles on a regular basis. In 1982 in particular, Cooper pointed up a .313, 32 home run, 121 RBI as Harvey's Wallbangers won their first division title in team history. This card carries a hefty price tag because it also happens to be the rookie card of Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk, one of the greatest catchers of all time. But while Fisk has driven plenty of value for this rookie card over the years, if Cooper ever comes up on the Eras Committee ballot, you can expect more focus than ever to fall on this card. 1978 Topps Lance Parrish and Dale Murphy, PSA 9, $152.50. Parrish probably doesn't have much chance at the Hall of Fame, but, well, he's not far behind teammate Jack Morris in terms of overall WAR. And he's way ahead of old Mr. If You Had to Win One Game when it comes to standings among his positional peers. In particular, there are just 16 catchers in the Hall of Fame, while Parrish ranks 26 according to Jaws. Meanwhile, there are 65 starting pitchers in Cooperstown, even though Morris is one of them. He ranks just 172nd. So it's not impossible that Parrish could get there someday. And in the fact that this is also Murphy's second-year card, and that Murphy seems to have built plenty of sentiment around his eventual Hall of Fame enshrinement, and you have a pasteboard that's built for the long haul. As a group, these cards represent both the amazing thrill of a heated pennant race and the maybe someday anticipation of a non-lead pipelock Hall of Fame candidates. How do you think we'll fare with these buys in the months and the years to come? While we'll have to wait a while for those definite answers, we already have some space between us and September of 2020, so let's revisit some. Lost moments in the investment corner. Last September, we visited the investment corner with designs on picking some bargains among guys who might someday make it to the Hall of Fame. That's sort of the running theme through any long-term foray of baseball cards, with an eye towards eventually making money on your purchases. Identifying potential future Hall of Famers who might be selling for lower prices than they eventually will. Here is how we fake spent our phony $1,000 a year ago in our leg of this quest. 1991 Topps Desert Shield, Curt Schilling, PSA 10. Bought 9/20/20 for $170, sold 9/20/21 for $132.39. Profit loss, minus $37.61, minus 22%. 1953 Bowman Color, Gil Hodges, PSA 6. Bought 9/20/20 for $150, sold 9/20/21 for $170. Profit loss plus 20 plus 13%. 1952 Bowman Mini Minoso Rookie Card, PSA 7. Bought 9/20/20 for $322.17, sold 9/20/21 for $450. Profit loss plus $127.83 plus 40%. 1984 Flair Update Roger Clemens Rookie Card, PSA 9. Bought 9/20/20 for $313.78, sold 9/20/21 for $380. Profit loss plus $66.22 plus 21%. 1995 Bowman Foil Scott Rowland Rookie Card, PSA 9. Bought 9/20/20 for $23.60, sold 9/20/21 for $70. Profit loss plus $64.40 plus 197%. 1987 Donruss Complete Factory Set. Bought 9/20/20 for $20, sold 9/20/21 for $24. Profit loss plus $4 plus 20%. The prices we'd have to pay now, sold, is culled from the PSA Auction Prices Realize tool, generally taking the most recent sale of any given card in any given condition as our barometer, and leaning on recent eBay sales in some cases. In total, we dropped $999.55 last September and sold for $1,226.39 this September. That's a profit of $226.84, or about 23%, a solid drop-off from the 37.7% we achieved between August of 2020 and August of 2021. If you've been following these follow-up posts for the last few months, you know that we've seen our profit drop each month. We could just be getting worse at making our picks, which is a real possibility, but there is likely some long-tail effect here too. In particular, the early months of our investment corresponded to early months of the current card boom. Prices across the board had yet to fully reach their new lofty levels. There was more room for error, in other words. By September of 2020, though, there had been plenty of time for the chain reaction of price explosions to spread through most reaches of the hobby. Less room for error and profit. Anyway, if we look at our purchases from a year ago individually, most of them did okay, with the exception of the Kurt Schilling rookie card. Truth is, though, the last PSA 10 Schilling Desert Storm card to sell was in February of 2021. Now, Hall of Fame election results are usually announced in January, but you might recall that there was no Cooperstown elections for 2021. So by February, it was sinking in that we'd have to wait at least another year to find out Schilling's plaque fate. Reading between the lines, that means that none of our guys will have another chance at the Hall of Fame until late this year, and that could mean good news if you're still interested in picking up the cards. In case you're wondering, the Golden Days committee that votes this fall considers players started from 1950 through 1969. Guess when Hodges and Minoso played?